So today I'll be talking about Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu was considered one of the seven wonders of the world in 2007, and it is a beautiful place of history and it's located in Peru, a country famous for its lush jungles and the Inca trail. So you could expect a lot of tourists to visit Peru and of course Machu Picchu. But how can we assure that Machu Picchu is safe from these tourists? This famous World Heritage Site faced a lot of problems which could ruin it for the next generation. The three of the three of these problems are pollution, noise pollution, and of course destruction of property. With a lot of tourists flowing in and no restaurants being available, a lot of rubbish is littered and scattered around the World Heritage Site. Noise pollution comes from tourists who scare away the local animals, thus destroying the local ecosystem. And destruction of property is caused by tourists as they lean on walls, which may result in the wall breaking down. Now, how can we solve these problems? All of these problems have one simple solution, and that is by decreasing the number of visitors by making Machu Picchu less attractive. Well, how do we make it less attractive without destroying it completely? Well, that's simple. The average person has a very simple mindset, which is
Hello, I like money.
by increasing your travel costs, it will be a lot more expensive to visit Machu Picchu. Thus, it is less attractive for tourists. A waiting list is also possible. A good example of another famous place that did this is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The Burj Khalifa is another very famous tourist attraction, and the way they limited the number of tourists that can visit it at a time is by adding a waiting list. You have to wait 2 weeks to get into the Burj Khalifa, and it's quite expensive as well. But what would happen to the locals of Machu Picchu if we were to do this? Of course, Dubai could afford limiting the number of tourists in the Burj Khalifa, but can the locals of Machu Picchu? There are a lot of people in this region who depend on tourism, and they cannot afford these changes. Therefore, I think it would be a good idea for companies such as food companies to invest in local farmers, thus making more jobs available and giving a lot of people a stable income without they and giving a lot of people a stable income without drastically changing their lives.